Did you know that diarrhea is hereditary? Apparently, it runs in your genes. What do you call a kid with no arms and an eye patch? Names. Why do the French eat snails? Because they don't like fast food. How'd you get 500 old cows into a barn? Put a bingo sign up. What kind of key opens a banana? A monkey. Why do oysters never donate to charity? Because they're shellfish. My wife asked me yesterday if we should have any more kids after 40. I said, I think 40's enough. How do you count cows? With a calculator. My wife's so mad at me. She reckons I've ruined our anniversary. I don't know why. I didn't even know it was today. My wife told me to do whatever I want that makes me happy. I'm gonna miss her. Why are marriages like algebra? Because when you look at your ex, you can't understand why. I was winding this fridge up so much the other day, it ended up losing its cool. I really want to read this new book about constipation. Only problem is, it ain't come out yet. I once had a job smashing cans. It was so depressing. My wife treats me like a god. Ignores my existence, unless she needs something. I said to this guy the other day, his family tree must be like a cactus, full of pricks. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. Some guy called me a tool, so I got hammered and nailed his girlfriend. I guess he was right. My wife asked me the other day what I liked most about her. Was it a sexy body or pretty face? I took a little look up and down and said, your sense of humour. I just walked into the bar the other day and asked the bartender for a shot of whiskey. The bartender said, we don't serve spirits in here. I said to my wife the other day, our son gets his brain from me. She said, yeah, you're right, because I've still got mine. Cheek of it. I'm not saying my local pub is rough, but even the bouncer has a bouncer. Why doesn't Mexico have an Olympic team? Because all the ones that can run, jump and swim are already in the US. I said to my mate the other day, he's got that many gaps in his teeth, his tongue looks like it's in jail. I said to two bull guys at work yesterday, they need to put their heads together. They made a right ass of themselves. My mother always used to say to me when I was a kid, look at that little boy over there. He's not misbehaving. And I said, well, maybe he's got good parents. An old teacher said to her student, if I say I am beautiful, which tense is that? And the student said, well, it's obvious it's past tense. My wife said onions are the only things that make you cry. So I threw a coconut at her face. My therapist said I should write letters to everybody that's hurt me, and then burn them. But I'm not sure what I'm meant to do with the bodies. Went out for dinner last night with my mate. Spilling food all down him. I said to him, you got something on your chin? He was looking around. I said, no, not that one, the third one down. I said to my wife the other day, I'd agree with her, but then we'd both be wrong. I told my wife the other day, her secrets are safe with me. I never listen anyway. So they say money can't buy happiness. Have you ever seen anybody crying on a yacht? A woman dressed up as a police officer decided to surprise her boyfriend in the bedroom. She told him he was under arrest on suspicion of being good in bed. After 2 minutes, all charges were dropped due to lack of evidence. My neighbour knocked on my door at 2 o'clock this morning. Couldn't believe it. Luckily for them, I was still playing the drums. I've recently just got a new dog. I've decided to name it 5 Miles. So now I can tell everybody I walk 5 miles every day. I went for a job interview the other day. The interviewer said to me, what's my biggest weakness? I said, probably honesty. He said, I don't really think that's a weakness. I said, well, I don't care what you think. I started up a new band recently. Decided to call it 999 Megabytes. Still haven't managed to get a gig. What's the difference between a porcupine and an Audi? Porcupine has pricks on the outside. Hang on a minute, I drive an Audi. My wife asked me to take her out somewhere expensive. So I took her to the petrol station. My wife's interpretation of the school run is literal. Everybody has to get out of the way when she's coming down the road. My cooking is so damn good. Even the smoke alarm cheers me on. Two antennas met on a roof, fell in love and got married. The ceremony wasn't very good, but the reception was amazing. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. Marriage is like a video game. Starts off easy, gets harder and harder, and eventually you go online and find a way to cheat. What's the difference between a Lamborghini and a dead body? I don't have a Lamborghini in my garage. A married man should forget every mistake that you've ever made, because there's no point you and your wife remember them all.